What was the root cause of your XLESS relationship? Story 1. Our 19-year-old son 4 years ago. Depression and medication killed our life. Story 2. My relationship was my ex-wife sure wasn't. Story 3. My antidepressants have killed my drive completely. Story 4. When things are not good in other areas of the relationship, it tends to affect that part. Story 5. Kids are an antidote to mom and dad's alone time. Funny how that works. Story 6. Menopause. After several years I haven't had in so long I've forgotten who gets tied up. Story 7. It's not now, but we went through a dry spell. It was a mixture of depression, stress, body changes, lack of sleep. He was fighting through a tough depressive episode. We were both stressed with work and finances. Neither one of us was sleeping well, him with sleep apnea, and I couldn't handle his snoring or sleep comfortably on the couch. And I had gained weight and was at my heaviest, and I was uncomfortable and self-conscious in my body. Story 8. Metastatic breast cancer. My bits don't work, and even if they did, I have no interest in My husband is very patient. He gets naked cuddles in bed, and I have my ways of satisfying him. Story 9. Both of us are on antidepressants, but when we want some naughty time, we take a few hours and audit each other's taxes. Story 10. After many conversations and education and practice, my boyfriend still refused to even try to give me He wouldn't use a vibrator because he didn't want me to think he wasn't trying. So he just did nothing instead. So I avoided any situation that could even slightly lead to for months, and he never said anything. Story 11. Just kind of became that way after the kids, and I just couldn't be attracted to someone that was emotionally and mentally abusive. He called me a or a worthless leech. I was a som, and an hour later tried touching on me asking if I wanted to go upstairs in the middle of the day while the kids were up and about. And then when we did do the act, there was no real connection, no kissing, no touching, no foreplay, and most clothes still on, just straight to it and done. I lost all interest. Story 12. Dating, not married. So works overnights, I work 7 to 4. She recently moved in with me because her new place won't be ready for a month, delayed due to new contradiction holdup. I've asked her not to wake me up when she returns home around 3:30 because I wake up at 5 and I would like to get a full night's sleep. But I don't fall back asleep when she wakes me up. It's not like her crawling into bed wakes me up. Oh no, she comes to my side of the bed, turns on the bedside lamp, and intentionally wakes me up to either tell me about something her night at work, or something menial like, hey, did you mean to leave the light on in the garage? Or hey, did you eat the leftovers I put in the fridge for you? Or hey, I just wanted to tell you I made it home. I've repeatedly asked her to stop doing this. She does not stop. I've resorted to sleeping with an eye mask and earplugs to try and remain asleep, but she will rub my shoulder or poke me arm until I am awake. It's been a complete turn-off. I don't want to be intimate with her. I feel like she is blatantly ignoring my needs for sleep. In the course of 3 weeks, she's woken me up at least 9 times. So yeah, that's why we aren't having and that's why I'm posting this at 3:45 a.m. Story 13. My wife's time in the Navy severely screwed up her lower back, so much so that she has had multiple healthcare providers estimate that if she were to become pregnant, having the child would cause her to become wheelchair-bound possibly for life. My time in the Marines exposed me to some of humanity's darkest personality traits, things I wish I never saw and could more so forget, but can't. As a result, I have psychological ED. Story 14. For us, we're still in this place, depression, horrible stress, physical illnesses for both of us, weight gain. The past couple of years have been very difficult for us. However, we're still very affectionate and still are handsy with each other. We just are both in a bad place with our own bodies and minds. Plus, we're older now, and I am now in full-blown menopause. Story 15. Partner has no drive, plus refuses to initiate. Currently feel depressed about feeling unwanted, and now also don't want to have with her. Story 16. Mostly stress, work-life imbalance, depression. That general combo and the grind is exhausting. I know I should want to be physical more, but I also really need alone time. I'm an introvert. My batteries get low. Story 17. My wife is a Story 18. I don't have the issue anymore, but for about 6 months, whenever things were gonna pop off with my old lady, I'd get performance anxiety every single time. My guy would just go from ready to go to shrinking, and then my heart would start pounding, and I'd overthink it, and that was it. Eventually started doing some breathing exercises when I found myself getting in my own head. Was so frustrating and infuriating. Story 19. He decided video games and Nime and were more valuable. We are getting divorced at the start of next year. 13 wasted years. Story 20. Wife doesn't like because of some previous trauma. She was date raped prior to me, so we don't have. It's not a big deal, TBH. I'd rather not have with her than have with her if she doesn't feel right about it. She's working on her issue, which is all I can ask of her. Story 21. Zero appreciation, zero credit, constant criticism and insults. I'd muster up enough in me to and leave her thoroughly satisfied for my own sanity and in our brief moments of intimacy, with a small glimmer of hope to rekindle things. She would promptly complain about how we don't have enough. Finally done, and I am so fucking grateful. Friends, before we continue our video, I want to remind you of the importance of subscribing to our channel. We are also waiting for your comments and likes. Thank you, let's move on to the video. Story 22. She likes at night when I'm tired, and I prefer in the morning when she likes to sleep. Story 23. She used it as a means of control like everything else. We had countless conversations where I told her it would be nice if she initiated every once in a while. Since she didn't and I did, I was the one that was getting rejected. After a while, I quit asking. Then when I decided it was over, I moved to the couch, then took over the den. Story 24. My I guess. Story 25. My wife has no drive. Most people see something or think a thought, and that gets them in the mood and they want more. For some people, they need to be actually touched to get in the mood. So the problem becomes, they are not in the mood, so don't touch me. It took me 20 years to figure it out, then another 10 to get her to let me try. After 30 years of marriage, I've cracked the code. It turns out it's a real medical condition. The trick is reminding her that she likes to have and getting her to allow you to try and turn her on. Imagine how difficult it would be to convince you to have if you really were too tired or thinking about work tomorrow or pissed off about something that the kids did. Imagine you want to relax or want to be left alone. It might take a Herculean effort to get you in the mood even with being touched. And you can't just tell her what you want to do to her. It doesn't work that way. You have to touch her. She has to be stimulated. And as much as it works, like nearly every single time, at the moment you begin, it's not working. So everything inside her is literally saying, no, I don't want this, even though she knows it will work if she just lets it. So that's where we are at. She will even recognize when it's a good time to try. So that's been my job. I make sure the time is right. If I can, I try to make the environment one where she can relax. I make the suggestion early enough that we aren't waiting till very late to try. I don't piss her off about anything stupid. Try to make sure I don't leave some mess for her to deal with. I take a look at my honey-do list and knock something significant off of it. My suggestion to anyone reading this is start early. The problem for me is that after 30 years of marriage and begging for I'm not able to perform very well because of health problems. So now I'm the one with issues, trying to work through those now. The moral of the story is talk it out. Get some help if you can. Listen to your partner. There's a way to sort it out if you want to, but you both have to want to. It can be pretty incredible having with someone you have been with for a long time, especially if you can really talk to each other about it. Good luck. This is a good note to end on. Please write your stories in the comments. I'll be happy to add them to future videos. Also, you can rate our other videos. We would be very grateful. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.